that contains like 62 chicken soup for the financial soul stories, actual client examples. We changed their names to protect their privacy, but you will learn by reading the stories and examples of how people have empowered themselves financially by using the laser fund. So call now, 1-876 radio the number, and you can attend one of our educational events, and I will give you a copy of the laser fund. That's 1-888-767-2346. Please join us and learn. Receive my book. Call 1-888-767-2346. That's 888-767-2346.
This is Three-Dimensional Wealth Radio.
The class for everyone before they retire is what? A Retire by Design event. Welcome back. This is Doug Andrew at Three-Dimensional Wealth Radio. If you're just joining me in the previous segment, I was talking about these Retire by Design half-day, 6-hour educational events that I love doing about every, 3 months. So whenever you have the opportunity, I would recommend you seize them. We are coming usually to the greater San Francisco Bay Area, for example, about every 10 to 12 weeks. Now, what's unique about these is a summary, a condensed version of what we use. We know that your time is valuable. And so we have condensed it down to 6 hours, a half-day event, but it is a game changer for people who are preparing to retire, especially in the next 5 to 10 years. In fact, it's an absolute must attend. People who put it off and they end up at retirement or maybe a year or two after they've retired, they kick themselves. It always happens. They're like, oh my heavens, I heard you on the radio and I kept putting it off, and then they come and they go, spent or lost $100,000, $200,000 in unnecessary tax that I could have saved had I listened and come. Because this, fight, when I talk about this on the radio, we have helped so many people save $250,000, $750,000, 1.2 million. We helped California, the Bay Area, go from the highest tax bracket to a 0% tax bracket. They now have $8 million tax-free, and it's generating $600,000 to $800,000 a year of tax-free growth or income. The IRS knows they're receiving it, but they know it's tax-free. It's not even worth auditing because it has been a sacred tax-free cash cow in the Internal Revenue Code for over a century now. So these are not tax loopholes that the and you will come and be able to learn why and how to get 40%, 60%, or like this couple. They said, you know what, we're going to bite the bullet, pay $2 million in tax, and get the taxes over and done. Tax-free, 100% tax-free the rest of our lives. And so, the government got a tax windfall in 5 years, but this couple saved millions by doing that, and now they are enjoying $600,000 to $800,000 a year of tax-free growth or income. They don't need that much in income is what I'm alluding to. They only need about $300,000 because it's not taxable. It doesn't show up on the front page of their 1040 tax. Some people say, well, is that legal? Absolutely. You will learn when you come that there's only 3 types of income that the IRS charges you income tax on. Income, passive income, and portfolio income. Ever since 1986 tax reform. The income that we show you how to generate is tax-free, deemed, earned, passive, or portfolio income. It's basically that simple. The IRS knows everything, and so they know this couple is earning $600,000 to $800,000 a year, but in interest and that they could live on that, but they also know it's tax-free and it's been tax-free under sections 72E, 7702, 101A of the Internal Revenue Code now in one form or another for 108 years. And it's a sacred cow, okay? So, folks, this is why I'm very passionate that you come and learn. Now, in the previous section, I present and teach for the first segment about an hour and 40 minutes. And then my older son, who's a co-author with me, with my other son, on two of our best-selling education. And you will receive 2 educational books absolutely free, a total of 500 pages of curriculum, absolutely free when you come. And he's the second instructor. He's a tax minimization strategist, and he has saved millions of necessary tax for Americans. And my other son, Aaron, he teaches the third segment, and this is how to optimize your assets, reposition it so that your income is tax-free from now on. 60%, or maybe you will be like this other couple in California, in the Bay Area. After 5 years doing a strategic rollout, 100% of their income is tax-free. 40 to 60%. Normally, I tell people you ought to have at least 40 to 60% of your income not show up on the front page of your 1040 tax return. What am I talking about? We had a couple come recently, $6 million saved between the husband and wife in IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, and so forth. And they felt pretty good that they could take out 6% a year, about $160,000 a year, and then on top of that, Social Security or a defined benefit pension. One of them has been a school teacher. That they would have $200,000. And I said, way to go, but I do see one big problem. All $200,000 of that annual income is going to show up on the front page of your 1040 tax return the rest of your life. And they said, you mean there's another way? And they always, well, where have you been? And I go, I've been here all along. You were so busy that you put off correct this problem. I have to cure this tax disease. Now see, when you're not at ease physically, we call that disease. But a lot of people are not at ease financially. They will outlive their money due to the negative impact of taxes, inflation, and market volatility. Those are viruses out there that cause people to outlive their money. And so this is why we teach these Retired by Design educational events. I said, well, would you like to convert 40 to 60% of that $200,000 of income to be totally tax-free? The IRS will still know you're receiving it, but they'll know it's not taxable. It will save you $1,000 a year of unnecessary tax the rest of your life. And they said, absolutely, let's go for 60%. So in 5 years, to be precise, 4 years and 1 day, we got $120,000 of that $200,000 of annual income off the concern. They were only paying tax on $80,000 a year of income thereafter. We saved them in a 33% tax bracket, 1/3 of $120,000 of taxable income coming out of those IRAs and 401ks. Them in tax. You times out $40,000 a year of tax savings to the expectancy and the wife's life expectancy, and we ended up saving them over necessary tax, just implementing just one of the strategies that we teach at these Retired by Design educational events. And so we teach many strategies, but that's a very popular one where probably most attendees will implement that strategy to save unnecessary tax. It's called a strategic rollout. So this is very, very important. And what I do in my session is I pass out a scorecard. Now, this is Abundant Living Scorecard. It has 10 principles on there, even though we teach over 100 principles in this half-day event. These are the 10 overriding principles, and the first 5 have directly to do with your money. And these these are the key elements of a prudent investment. And so in the next segments, I'll talk about what we do with the scorecards, because most people who have money in IRAs or 401ks are only scoring on a scale of 1 to 10, a score of 2 or 3. And the goal is to get you up to a 9 or a 10. So stay with me, but if you've got to go, I want you to join us. I would love to meet you and empower you. So we are coming to the Greater San Francisco Bay Area next week. I don't want you to miss out. Seating's limited, and we're going to waive the normal $600 tuition. These are free, no charge, and you will receive over 500 pages of curriculum free when you come. So next week, we will be in Morgan Hill, Palo Alto, Walnut Creek, Dublin, and Sacramento area. We're going to be in Morgan Hill at the Coyote Creek Golf Club January 18th. That's next Wednesday, starting at 8 in the morning. That afternoon, starting at 1, we'll be in Palo Alto at the Elks Lodge. The next day, we're in Walnut Creek at the Boundary Oak Golf Club, January 19th, Thursday morning.